2021年にトミージョン手術を受け昨年度は全休した前田健太投手。リハビリも無事終え今年度から復帰となり、ツインズでの先発ローテーションを支える投手として期待されています。ツインズの投手陣と前田投手の役割などインターネット番組で取り上げられていました。
That's the rotation of the Minnesota Twins. We know that with the addition of Pablo Lopez, they've gotten better. Sonny Gray returns. Joe Ryan, after kind of a breakthrough season, returns. And the guy we've kind of forgotten about is somebody coming off of Tommy John surgery. What exactly then are the expectations for Kenta Maeda?
Matt, that's an excellent question. I think right now the Twins are expecting he is going to be without limitations as a starting pitcher in spring training. That's excellent news right now for the Minnesota Twins. Recall, of course, they also have Chris Paddock assigned to that multi-year deal coming off of his Tommy John surgery. So the Twins are trying to really have different layers of pitching when you talk about their starting rotation. And I think Maeda really is a prominent member of this rotation. They've got certainly Ober as well has been part of the mix there the last year or so too. So I like the Twins starting pitching depth. Of course, they were able to bring back Carlos Correa, and you compare this roster to the White Sox and the Guardians. I'm on record as saying I like the White Sox chances to win the division, especially if they just have a good, healthy year there in Chicago. With Maeda, he has been someone that's been a mainstay, first, of course, for the Dodgers, and now for the Minnesota Twins. And when you consider his health returning for Minnesota this year, they expect him to be there day one of spring training, something of a normal spring training progression for Kenta Maeda, a very valuable member of that staff and likely to be as a starting pitcher, joining the ranks of Lopez and Ryan there in Minnesota.
JP, is there any chance with Maeda, because he's coming back from injury, that they'll ease him in, maybe in a relief role? He did a lot of good work for the Dodgers in the postseason in that role.
They could do that, Ron, and I think that they'll be pretty creative with respect to how they manage his innings, maybe around the middle part of the season. They could, of course, back off him a bit during the middle part of the year in July. Maybe have him go into a relief role or a bulk role at that point in time. But the general thought, I think, for the Twins is get him stretched out in spring training, and if they want to sort of taper his work towards the second half, as we saw the Dodgers do very effectively, where he was a bulk guy out of the bullpen in the playoffs, should the Twins be fortunate enough to make the playoffs in 2023, maybe that ultimately is the role that Maeda has. He could be one of those dynamic forces out of the bullpen in October, maybe even late September. But I think the plan is right now to have him start and then potentially taper him as you get deeper into the season, because they do expect to have some of their younger talent coming in and be able to start games with them, Ron, during the course of the second half of the year and into the playoffs. So this is, I think, really a team, when we know Derek Falvey, how much he was known for his ability to develop pitching with Cleveland. It's been the same story now since coming over to Minnesota, and they expect to have a very, very strong rotation, plus with some depth there into the minor leagues as they enter the second half.
Hey, can you guys put that Maeda full screen back up there?
We got that full screen built.
We got that full screen built. This might be the actual moment where he blew out. Look, I mean, look at the look on his face.
I love history.
Yeah, I mean, I love history too, but that's it.
ツインズの移籍初年度の2020年は短縮シーズンながら6勝1敗、防御率 2.70、リーグでは MLB 全体1位となる 0.75 という好成績を残し、ツインズの地区優勝に大きく貢献した前田健太投手。今年度はアメリカに渡り8年契約の最終年となります。契約内容はインセンティブ付きながらも8年総額$2500万というシビアな契約。来季は2020年に続く好成績を残し、いい条件での契約を獲得して、再来年以降もメジャーの舞台で活躍する姿を見たいですね。